Hello Internet, I am JMMW, and I'm going to run through my Day 5 territory battles on my second account, Darth Balls. I'll be starting in the light side planet of Lothal, in this bottom mission, which is a required Jedi mission. I'm going to be using my Jedi Master Luke with Padawan Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon, General Skywalker, and Grandmaster Yoda. This is a full auto team. You just want to make sure you do some guided targeting so that if you run into stuck behind that taunt, but once he's dead, we'll go back to killing the scout troopers. If any of their damage dealers gets more than one stack, they become the priority target. Now that this healer has 3 stacks, he's the priority target. Healers and tanks aren't too dangerous unless they get about 3 stacks of that buff, and once they get 3 stacks, they can just do a surprising amount of damage, so it's best to get them out as quick as possible. And second wave, we'll do the same thing. We'll go after the scout troopers first. Since we're in ultimate already, we don't have to worry about taunt anymore, because once Jedi Master Luke has his ultimate, the rest of the Jedi can ignore taunt for the rest of the battle. I go after the recon trooper next, both because he has that buff and because he's a damage dealer with a stack of that. Alright, finished off the officers. Now we'll go after the healer. And then the tank. We'll go to this mission on the top right here. I used my Galactic Republic Jedi Master Kenobi lead with Padme, General Kenobi, Cat, or no, not Cat, Ahsoka Tano, and we'll take in Plo. You technically could use Cat on this team and she'd work well, but I keep her freed up for when we open the Ufu mission back up in Zepho. That way I could use her with the Rey team there for that mission. So we'll go ahead and put the damage immunity onto General Kenobi. That way he can weather some of these hits in the beginning here. And 2 of the damage dealers on the right have that. We're going to go and use the event special to get rid of those buffs, including the taunt. Going to go after this scout trooper since he's got 1 stack of that damage buff. I'm going to ignore this guy just for the moment until he gets a 2nd stack. I'm going to keep going after the scout troopers. We'll go and do the ultimate just so we get some more assists. The more assists we get, the more stacks of that buff that we get. And the more damage we do. I'm actually going to go ahead and use her mass assist. That might be enough to kill him. The recon troopers are a little tankier than the scout troopers. Got him down to where he'd be a pretty easy kill if he does get a 2nd stack now. This guy is becoming a concern because he's got 2 stacks. At 2 stacks, there's still not a real threat as a healer or the tank. But if they get a third stack, you want to make them a priority. We're going to go after the other scout trooper. Then we're going to finish off that recon trooper. Alright, now we'll go ahead and go after this stormtrooper commander. Let's go ahead and use the one special. I'm going to save his damage immunity move for the beginning of next wave. This is a good time to start using some basics just to get as many abilities off cooldown as possible. No reason to spam specials when all you have left is one character. Alright. So we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to go ahead and put the damage immunity onto General Kenobi there. And we're just going to start going after the scout troopers. The more specials you use, the more assist calls you get. We'll use the event special to get rid of taunt and that defensive buff. I'm actually going to switch over to this guy on the left since he's got one stack. Do the mass assist call. Go to the we'll go. He's only got one stack, so we will go ahead and kill off the scout trooper first. He should be a pretty easy kill. And now we'll go after the recon trooper. Okay, now we're going to go after the Imperial officer. Just keep spamming the specials. Get as many assist calls as you can. And we'll go and put the damage immunity onto General Kenobi again. Now we're going to go after the Stormtrooper Commander. You can put it on full auto at this point. There's not a whole lot that can go wrong. Alright, my Phoenix is not relicked up, so we'll move to the fleet mission. I have my profundity into operations, so I'm going to use my Raddus fleet, which is a very, very sure win here. Not comeuppance. Rey's Millennium Falcon, the MG100, and PoesX are your starting lineup. Comeuppance and Resistance X-Wing are pretty much all you need. I almost always bring in Clone Sergeant and Jedi Consular Starfighter just as a little backup tanking and a little backup healing just in case, but practically never do I bring them in. So you're going to target down the Imperial TIE Bomber on the left. And you're going to go and use the BB-8 ability. And then everyone else is going to do basics until the capital ship goes. The capital ship is going to use their third ability to put Deflector Shield on everyone. Deflector Shield makes it so that when you take a turn, you give yourself foresight. And if you do a special ability while you have Foresight, you reduce the capital ship's cooldowns for their ultimate. So now at this point we're going to spam all the specials we can to try and reduce the cooldowns for our ultimate. We have Foresight, so we're going to do that middle special. We have a Foresight, so we're going to do the wiggle. We're going to call in Comeuppance. When Comeuppance comes in, their first attack, if you use the special, it's a mass assist with a big offensive boost. So it's going to take out almost any person you target. So that's a good way to get rid of TIE Bomber. That way you can't put burning on you. We're going to go after TIE Advance next, since that's their next biggest damage dealer. Have Foresight, so you spam your specials. Have Foresight, so again, you're going to spam that special. And very likely you lose your MG 100. It happens. It's not really anything that's going to cause the run to go south. If you lose your tank, you lose your tank, because normally by the time you lose him, it's late. We actually got kind of lucky, and he's not taking too much damage this run, but I'd say probably about half the runs you're going to lose your tank. It's not a big deal. So we're going to do a special. Just keep on spamming those specials. And do the big hit. I think if we hadn't killed him there, I think the capital ship's next turn they were going to be on ultimate, and then that's going to be a pretty sure win anyways. But so that finishes up Lothal. We're going to move over to Vandor. In the lower left mission, I'm going to use my Pirate King Hondo team. With Vane and Hondo, and we're going to take Smee as well. It probably doesn't matter who else we take, just someone that we're not going to miss somewhere else. We've got Vane, so we don't really need another tank. I don't think I'm going to use my Darth Revan anywhere, so I'll bring him in so he can put some fear on some people. But this should be a full auto run. I'm just going to watch those stacks. Going to move off of that guy. If we stay on him, then we're going to end up killing that guy. And then we'll lose our OG Hondo. Alright, so that wore off, so now we have our 15 stacks. I'm just going to have everyone hit the box just to get rid of those dots. I don't think Pirate King Hondo needs to worry about it. Alright, so let's see. Smee can hit the box. OG Hondo can hit the box. Vane can hit the box. And then we'll target this guy on the left. I'm not really worried about Pirate King Hondo. He's a galactic legend, and they shouldn't be they don't have to worry about hitting that. So I guess I'm just going to go and play this manually, just so I don't have to worry about popping out to hit the killed off by Darth Revan. Not really a big deal. he's not he wasn't ever going to be someone who was going to live a real long time here. So we're going to take off his stacks as well. And then we're just going to finish with basics so we have our abilities off cooldown. I'll try and get as many people to have as few stacks, because if I remember right, I think it's the next wave, there is no box, and I think the dots just start scaling. We should be able to kill them before it becomes a problem, but let's see. Let's do the big hit with him. And we'll go after the Saboteur and back. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and capture you. Yeah. Well, we whittled off some of these other people. Do a big hit here. There we go. Another big hit. Oh, this is actually pretty nice. I'm a fan of this. Get rid of that taunt. Alright, so that was going to happen. Alright, well, let's bring our fallen friends back. I'll put him back in capture. Oh, I was hoping we could kill him off. He's got healing immunity. Killing Nestoff is the only really difficult part of this fight, so. So you just have to maneuver around so that you get the damage on Nest when he doesn't have a whole bunch of protection built up. Then this top right mission, I used my Ahsoka Tano team. Oops. Main thing you want to do, Ezra really helps, and Fulcrum. The rest of the team isn't too awful important. You can throw just about anyone in there. We'll throw our Clone Wars Chewie and I don't know, someone else we're not going to use. Am I going to run my Leia team? I'm not running my Leia team today. So maybe I'll just throw in R2. Okay, and we're going to go after the TIE Fighter pilot first. I let go on auto for just a little bit, but you need to watch Sokatano Fulcrum because she will get herself into trouble. Need to get her buffs, let her do her big hit. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and go after... Normally I go after Stormtrooper Commander, but I know my buddy likes to go after the Range Troopers, so I guess we'll go ahead and give that a shot. We'll go after the Range Troopers next. Alright. Yeah, Chewie was never going to last. Alright, we'll get her buffs and do her big hit. Got him halfway dead. Alright, so we're going to next opportunity we get, we're going to have R2 hit that box. Since he's got 19 of those frostbites, he's probably going to be pretty close to killing himself if we... Well, his burning will hit the box, because AEs count. Alright, so we'll do that. We'll go after the next guy. Oh, I got that backwards. Oh well. Gotta remember to do Ahsoka's abilities in the right order. You gotta give her the buffs and then have her do the hit. Alright, so need to do a basic so we can get her abilities back in the right order. And R2's time for him to hit that box again. So let's do a basic over there. Alright, she gets all of her abilities and then she does her big hit. And I would have liked to have killed this guy, but seeing as how the Stormtrooper decided to taunt rudely, get a little healing going. I get her buffs. I should kill him easy. Okay, so it's just the one. Get an armor shred on him. That middle ability and then the big hit, and that'll finish off wave 1. And we'll go and do that ultimate. I don't think we're going to be able to save R2 because there's no way of getting rid of those stacks anymore, so he's just eventually going to kill himself. Alright, so we're just going to keep on going after TIE Fighter Pilot. And now we'll move on to one of the range troopers. Actually, I think we'll get an officer out first. Alright, so that nukes him. Alright, we'll go after the other range trooper. Alright, we'll do her big hit. That nukes him. Now we'll go after Stormtrooper Commander. Alright, do her big hit. Got him down half damage anyways. Alright. So that's the 2 ground missions I can do. So now we'll move on to the fleet mission. Gonna run this with the Executor. Take your Houndstooth, Punishing 1 if you have it, take your Xanadu, or your Razor Crest, and then reinforcement will be Xanadu, IG-2000, Slave 1, and then we'll bring in Ebon. Shouldn't really get that far. So I like to go right after their Xanadu if you can, but he started taunting, so we're just going to do the mass assist here. Just want to try and get as many target locks stuck. We don't need to do the taunt because Punishing 1's about to go. When Punishing 1 does his special, I'm going to go ahead and target the Xanadu so that we can get him marked out. But if you call that, when you do his special, he's going to put taunt up. So since we've got marked over there, I'm going to do the middle special and call in Punishing 1. Alright, so now we're going to bring in Xanadu. That'll give us retaliation so that when they start attacking us, we'll be able to hit them back. And if they have target lock, it's going to get us closer to the lock debuff. There we go. We got the lock debuff, so now Houndstooth can't lose taunt anymore. Go ahead and kill off their Xanadu. And we're going to try and kill off their Razor Crest next, because their Razor Crest is the only ship that can attack around taunt that's on the field right now. So no one's too hurt, so we're just going to do a basic here. Going to save that special. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to put Death Mark on him, get him out of the way. See if we can get a double tap to kill him. I only needed a single tap. Alright, so now we're just going to go after the Razor Crest. Call in Punishing 1. He's dead. And we'll bring in, since there's only one ship on the field, I'm just going to bring in my IG-2000 since he can double tap on his basic. If they had multiple ships, it might be good to bring in the Slave 1 so you can drop his bomb. But with there only being one ship, so we'll call in IG-2000 so he can do a double tap. And that finishes that guy off. Do the mass assist. And that's it. Nice easy win. Alright, now we're going to move over to Malachor. The only mission I can run is this top left mission. Use my Grand Moff Tarkin with my dark side clones. So this one's actually a lot easier than the mission in Haven. The mission yesterday in Darkside, I probably have about a 50% win rate. This one is near 100. So I normally like to go after the Rebel pilot first. We'll do that third ability for some good damage. And do the special. Just want to kind of spam these specials. Other than Grand Moff Tarkin. Grand Moff Tarkin is just going to do a basic. Throw these grenades out. Alright, so we killed him off. He's got the least Terminator, so we're going to see if we can't... well, they healed him up, so I'm actually going to go after this guy now. So that, because he still has Order 66, and we might... There we go. I was hoping we might be able to get some extra hits off him. And I generally leave taunt off of Scorch. That allows them to potentially kill off your Nightfall Trooper. When they do that, they give themselves... just going to hit the guy with Expose. They give themselves Death Mark. So anytime you can get Death Mark on the other team, that's nice. They take substantially more damage then. Alright, so that finishes wave 1. Wave 2, you're going to go up to Sabine first. Let's see if you can't get her finished off before she starts taking people out. We only have 3 stacks of that buff, but that should be good enough. Alright, so here's the one who killed him. So she's got Death Mark. So even though we normally go after Sabine, can't pass up the Death Mark. I would do the Make It Rain ability, and we might as well just put it on full auto and finish this thing off. Alright, so that's my only Malachor CM. So now we'll switch focus to the bonus planets. Here in Zepho, the only mission that's open is the Jedi Cal mission. I'm going to use my Rebel team to go along with Jedi Cal. So it's Han, Chewie, C-3PO, and Threepio and Chewie. And this is a really fun control-based team. If you keep the other team stunned, then you'll never get a probe droid summoned. So let's do a basic here to start, and then the third special to give us all a full turn meter. Call in Jedi Knight Cal to get rid of taunt. Blind everyone, and blind did stick. Gonna target one of the KX droids and then do your first one, which is the offensive stance. And we got everyone in stun. We got everyone with the debuffs with slow, so we're just gonna use basics from Chewie to pass around. Let's see if we can get some assists. Going to use that third ability. It should kill off. Didn't do hardly any damage. Okay, so but we did get another tenacity down, so we're going to come over here and get tenacity down at him. And I'm just going to use a base to kill him off. This guy here, I'll call an assist on Chewie. That way everyone's got stacks of translation. This is the weakest guy, so we're going to go ahead and keep going after him. We'll call in Han. Maybe we can knock down some turn meter. Okay, so I'm going to try and stun him, and we're going to try and stun this guy, and we'll try and knock his turn meter down. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and back into the offensive stance and see if we can get some stuns again. So we got most of them stunned. Okay, so we actually, what we were trying to do the whole time was to keep them from taking a turn because if they aren't stunned. Because if they take a turn, then they summon this probe droid. So we're still going to win the fight, but unfortunately I didn't achieve the goal I wanted. So we're just going to go ahead and insta-kill this guy. And then just, I'm actually going to do my third special because that ramps up. If he kills someone with that third ability, then he ramps his offense for the rest of the encounter. Alright, so we're just going to stun second sister. Going to do the slam to get rid of taunt. This one's closer to being dead, so we're going to just go ahead and call in Han. And we'll target this guy, and we'll go into the defensive stance, call in Han. Try to stun him, it didn't work, but doesn't matter. This is easy end to an easy mission. That's the only fight we're doing in Zepho, so we'll go over to Mandalore. I'll start up top. In this top mission, I use my Jedi Vanguard team, which is Jedi Master Mace, Jocasta, Depa, Aayla Secura, and Temple Guard. And if you have them at Relic 8-9 for the raids and everything, then this is a full auto team. You just need to keep your eye on General Veers, and after he's dead, you want to go after Scout Trooper. He's going to try and go stealth, but we're going to target Scout Trooper and do our best. He's got buff immunity, so he can't even hide in under stealth like he normally would like to, and like he is now. So we'll go ahead and target these stormtroopers. That's all we can do until someone dispels buffs, which Jocasta can right there. We'll finish him off, and then we'll go after stormtrooper, and that'll end wave 1. Alright, so now we're going to go after Moff Gideon. At least until we can get rid of his taunt. If we get rid of his taunt, we'll go after Dark Trooper and try and take some stacks off. Okay, see what we can do here. Oh, now we're stuck behind the taunt from... Oh, not anymore. Okay, now we should be able to go after Dark Trooper, because Dark Trooper can lay down some really fast damage. If he doesn't have to shoot at Temple Guard, then he can pick anyone, and he can normally delete someone in pretty short order. Alright, so all we have left now is this Stormtrooper. That closes out a very consistent win. Okay, we're going to slide down one battle. We'll do our Imperial Remnant team here. So we're going to use Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, Enoch with the Omicron, and then Scout Trooper, Night Trooper, and Death Trooper Peridia. And this is supposed to be a full auto team. I haven't been running it that long, but you'd really like to take Maul out as fast as possible. But since they keep on moving Taunt around, you kind of are restricted by what you can do. But as soon as we can target Maul here, we're going to. Because he is their big damage dealer. Almost dead. There we go. And we'll just finish up with basics, try and get some things off cooldown. Now, Bo-Katan is the main menace here, but after her, Paz is pretty nasty. But you need to get Bo out, and then you need to get the Mandalorian over here out. Because they can both lay down some pretty significant damage. So you can see Beskar Mando's over there. He's in poop stance. He's getting ready to do the Whistling Birds. I guess we have to keep going at Paz. Okay, there we go. Now we can target Beskar Mando. I don't think we can kill him before he gets his birds off, but oh, that's no bueno. That's the Enoch Omicron at work there, knocking them all down to a single hit point, essentially. And still allowing us to get that 2 out of 2, but it is dicey trying to get Paz off before things go completely south. And I do not have the Relic 9 Mandalorian team, so we will finish off our combat missions with the Leviathan run. You bring in Fury and your B-28, and then your first reinforcement will be TIE Dagger and then Mark 6. And also bring in SithFtr and Scimitar. So the best way I've found to do this is target BTLY right off the bat. You're going to do the third ability here, try and get buff immunity stuck on him. But the important thing is to be targeting BTLY when you do this third ability from your capital ship. You want to place that on Fury, or I mean B-28. By doing that third ability, you put Isolate over here. So that way he can't really get taunt, but you're just going to stay on him anyways. Do the mass assist. You're trying to get as many debuffs as possible. So you need 15 so you can do the close of the gate. You're not going to be able to get that through like the quote-unquote normal run. We'll do that middle ability, the W ability, to get rid of those debuffs, and now we're going to bring in TIE Dagger. TIE Dagger starts putting unresistible dazes on the other team, and those help to get you to that 15 debuff threshold so that you can use Close the Gate. You see dazes for days. They're just going to keep on putting damage downfield at BTLY. Alright, so now we're going to bring in our Mark 6. You want to target Anakin first before you bring him in. That way he's your big threat, so you want to make sure you stun him when you bring him in. Now it's tempting to go ahead and just kill him off here with the basic, but they'd have so many people that would concentrate down your Mark 6, you'd end up losing him. So, and you can't do your ultimate yet. The ultimate is kind of the win condition. So you want to do that third ability. Puts all these unresistible debuffs on. That's enough to get us past the threshold where we can actually use close the gates or close the hangars, and then we can get to our ultimate and take over their capital ship. So now we're gonna, now that we have that for the BTLY dead, now we're gonna go after Unbarn. We're gonna pointedly ignore Anakin over there. We don't want to do much damage, otherwise the capital ship will end up putting the extra life buff on him. So, all right. So now we can do the close the hangars. There's no one that really needs it. I'm not going to try and save the Gauntlet because he's just taking up a spot that one of my good ships could use. I'm not even going to use his heal. So here again, it's tempting to kind of kill him, but it costs 40 stacks to do it, so he'd be down to 5. So before we do that, we're going to use his middle ability. Well, let's call him TIE Dagger, and that gets us up to 60 stacks. So go ahead and do the heal. Basic. I'm just doing basics here because I don't want to spread damage over. So now it's his turn again. He's at 52. So if I take him out, it's only going to take us down to 12, and that should be okay. We can work with 12. Now we can take over their capital ship. So they won't be able to bring in any more reinforcements. At this point, it's a very, very safe. There's like almost nothing that can go wrong. I don't like to use either the E or the R because those are AE abilities. I just want to, they're both under fear, so I just want to leave him under fear. So we'll go ahead and put this on the, oh yeah, he's got buff immunity, so. But no one's almost dead, so let's do the mass assist to get him dead. Call him the bombs. So he's dead. And once it's just your team versus the Marauder, you can put it on full auto. There's nothing that can go wrong at this point. You own their capital ship. It's a 5v1 now. It's just a matter of letting the enemy team understand that they're already dead. All right, and that caps off the final CM for me. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and come back tomorrow where I'll be doing my day 6 videos. Thank you for watching.